Hello students, welcome to digital class. Today we are going to learn about an exciting topic, the KAKATIYAS, which is related to our own Telugu land, that is Telangana. In the previous class we learned about new kings and kingdoms. In that especially we learned about Samantas, army chiefs, subordinate kings, emerged as kings and established their own dynasties. Especially we learned about Gurjara Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas, Palas, Cholas and Chahamanas. In that part 2 we learned Cholas administration. They divided their kingdom into Nadus, Valanadus, Mandalams. We also learned Cholas encouraged agriculture by providing irrigation facilities. Today in this session we shall learn about a powerful kingdom, that is KAKATIYAS, how they emerged as powerful kings, and we learn about some of their important kings, and we shall learn the land grants to their temples and so on. Students, if you are ready, let us start. I am sure after learning this session, I am sure after completion of this session, you will be able to learn that many kingdoms emerged over agricultural villages. Collect more information about 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, the first poetic work in Telugu. Visit one of the famous inscription sites of Kakatiya kings in Telangana and comment on it. Locate Warangal city in Telangana map. Reconstruct Warangal fort based on textual information. Praise the fearlessness of Rudra Deva, being a woman ruler. Students, we have divided this session into two parts. Students, we have divided this lesson into two parts. Today we shall see part 1. In the part 1, first we shall see 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, the famous inscriptions, the books, origin of Kakatiya dynasty, Telugu region, important Kakatiya kings, rule of Rudra Deva starting from 1158 CE to 1195 CE, Orugal fort and 1000-pillar temple, rule of Rudra Deva starting from 1262 CE to 1289 CE. What we are going to learn in this session, starting from 1000 CE to 1300 CE. We learned already about ballads, some stories about the bravery and martial skills, Brahmanayudu, Balachandrudu and 66 heroes. We also had knowledge about Jataras dedicated to Sammaka and Sarakka. This is one of the biggest Jataras celebrated in Telangana. Katamaraju, who fought against the kings of Nelluru for grazing rights. 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧, it was written the first poetic work in Telugu. It was written by Kavitrayam. What do you mean by Kavitrayam? Kavitrayam means Kavi, poet, Trayam, three, that means three poets. 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 was written by three poets. They are Nannaya, Tikkana, 𝗂𝗶𝗃𝗃. So it was written between 1000 CE to 1400 CE, out of which we learn about the Kakatiya dynasty, Kakatiya rule. The source of information about Kakatiyas we find in two ways. One, inscriptions. These are the inscriptions you can find, and books that are very, very valuable. Let us understand what do you mean by inscriptions. The textual work which has been done on the rocks or stones, giving information about the rule in olden days. Inscription also can be on the papers. Some of the major inscriptions you can find during the time of Kakatiyas in the places of Bayaram, 1000 Pillars Temple, Nagulapadu, Pillalamarri, Palampet, Kondaparthi and Bhutpur. These inscriptions explain about the rule of kings, queens, chiefs, farmers, herders and traders, etc. We shall see some of the books which were written during the time of Kakatiyas which tell about the greatness of Kakatiyas. The books were written in Telugu, Sanskrit as well. The first one you can see, Prataparudra Yashobhushanam, was written by Vaidyanatha. The second one, Kritabiramamu, was written by Vinukonda Vallabhacharya. And the third one we can see Prataparudra Charitramu, written by Ekamarnada. Let us see some of the questions based on what we have learned. Let us see a question based on what we have learned. What were the important sources of information about Kakatiya kings? Lineage of Kakatiyas. What do you mean by lineage? Lineage is nothing but a set of kings or set of rulers. They find their ancestors from where they started their dynasty. That is nothing but lineage. Certain lineage of Kakatiyas started with Durjaya. Kakatiyas were very famous for encouraging Telugu language. That's why they made Telugu as their court language. That's why they are called Andhra Rajas. You can observe on the picture about Telangana region, Andhra region and Rayalaseema region. That's how the Kakatiyas ruled area wise. That's why they are called regional kingdom. First one you can see, this is coastal Andhra, and second one, this part is Rayalaseema, and the third one you can see on the top, Telangana region. Yes students, you can see in the map Kakatiyas ruled Telugu region. That, as you can see, coastal Andhra region starting from here on the coast of Bay of Bengal. The second region, as you can see here, Rayalaseema region, and the third one, Telangana region. Telugu regional consciousness was brought by these Kakatiyas. Especially they are very successful in bringing Telugu consciousness in this region. That's why till date they are remembered in all these three regions very fondly by all people of Telangana, Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra. Important kings and the rulers of Kakatiyas. Prola II ruled Kakatiyas from 1116 CE to 1157 CE. Rudra Deva ruled Kakatiyas from 1158 CE to 1195 CE. Ganapati Deva ruled Kakatiyas from 1199 CE to 1262 CE. Rudrama Devi ruled Kakatiyas from 1262 CE to 1289 CE. Prataparudra ruled Kakatiyas from 1289 CE to 1323 CE. That's how these are the important rulers of Kakatiyas. The origin of Kakatiya dynasty, that means how Kakatiya dynasty started. Earlier Kakatiyas were warriors and Samantas. Already we learned Samantas. Samantas means chiefs or influential family warriors working under a ruler is known as Samantas. These Kakatiyas, as they worked as warriors and Samantas under Rashtrakutas and Chalukyas of Karnataka. Slowly they held the posts of village heads called Rattadi under Rashtrakutas and Chalukyas of Karnataka. Since these warriors or Rattadis have got military skills, they became very powerful and they emerged as army chiefs as well as Samantas to their overlords. That's how they gained their independent kingdoms at the fall of the Western Chalukyas. With their powerful military skills and army skills, started controlling over Hanmakonda in Telangana. Hanmakonda present we call as Hanmakonda. Let us learn about one of the important rulers of Kakatiya dynasty, that is nothing but Rudra Deva. After Prahlad II, you can see Rudra Deva ruled Kakatiya kingdom with power and vision. That Rudra Deva ruled Kakatiyas from 1158 CE to 1195 CE. He built a capital city at Orugallu. Orugallu at present we call Warangal. Earlier their capital city was Hanmakonda, that is Hanmakonda. He built capital city to accommodate the growing city population, to address the needs of an imperial capital. That's how Rudra Deva built a strong fort at Warangal. This is the strong fort of Warangal, you can see built very meticulously. He also built a big tank in that city. At the center of the city there was Swayambu Shiva temple was built by Rudra Deva. To identify Kakatiyas, definitely we have to identify with Kakatiya Kalatooranam, which was built very strongly, and it was the marvelous of architecture of Kakatiyas. Students, you can observe in the map, that is the fort sketch of the Warangal fort. This outer rampart is built with mud and inner rampart with mud, and there is a moat. Moat is nothing but a ditch, deep water place where nobody could enter into the fort. At the center you can see this is wall built with stones, and in the center of the city you can find Swayambu Shiva temple as well, kings living in the palaces. Some of the highlights of the fort: outer wall with 4 gates protected the agriculture lands and several water tanks, huts of many artisans like basket weavers. Inner wall is made of moat, wall is made of mud. At the center you can find a moat. Fort was made with stones. Within the stone wall you can find 4 gates opening out into east, west, north and south. This is the temple of Swayambu Shiva, which was built by Rudra Deva. The whole city was divided according to vadas. Vadas means colonies. Colonies are nothing but according to their profession. Each colony was given to that particular professional people. For example, blacksmiths in one area, washermen in one area, barbers in one area, and carpenters in one area. In that, very meticulously the city was divided into vadas during the time of Rudra Deva. Yeah, you can see in the picture, this is blacksmith, here carpenter, potter, and weaving families, according to which the professionals are divided as vadas. This is the remainings of the outer wall of Warangal fort, by which you can see on the right side the moat. This is the remainings of the center of the fort, where the king enters from this gate and takes the curve and enters into courtyard in the middle, and from there this arch is there, getting entrance for the king's palaces, which are very, very secret places for the kings, where nobody could enter into this fort. Let's have a question on what we have learned so far. Who was the family god of Kakatiya rulers? Kakatiyas and their subordinates. Subordinates were accepted as overlords. Kakatiyas and their subordinates. Subordinates accepted as overlords their Kakatiyas, and they protected them from other kings and chiefs. Kakatiyas took them to wars. That means, as you can observe here, Kakatiyas used their Samantas to fight against other kings. As well, Samantas also took the help of Kakatiya kings when they found war with other Samantas. That's how they are all together interdependent. They also subdued when rebellion arose with the help of Samantas. Students, can you identify who is there in the image? Yes, Rani Rudramadevi. We are all proud of this woman who brought Kakatiyas a good name in the history of India. Rudramadevi ruled Kakatiyas from 1262 CE to 1289 CE. She was so powerful and successful ruler. She impressed one and all, and also she ruled from Orugallu, that is present Warangallu, with the skills and with the power. She ruled about 27 years. Do you believe a woman ruling a kingdom for 27 years, that we are all proud of a ruler, that is Rani Rudramadevi. At the same time, during the time of Kakatiyas and before in the history of India, you could find one more super lady and great ruler, woman ruler, was Razia Sultana. She was in Delhi. One of the greatest women rulers in India was Razia Sultana along with Rudramadevi. You can find she faced so many rebellions from her nobles as well as from subordinates. The main thing was that nobles did not like to be ruled by a woman. That's why they brutally killed Razia Sultana. Yeah, children, you can observe the image. This is of Marco Polo, an Italian traveler, visited Kakatiya dynasty and Kakatiya kingdom when Rudramadevi was ruling. He described about our Rudramadevi in his own words in the books as fearless, dressed like a man, and she rode horses with ease, like men ride, and inscriptions also mentioned Rudramadevi as Rudra Deva Maharaja. Here we have to discuss that why a woman ruler stated as Rudra Deva Maharaja. There may be so many reasons, like to get the name as the king and to not to give any clue about Kakatiya ruler as woman ruling the kingdom, not man, so that other subordinates or other kings may invade their nation. That may be the reason. So Rudramadevi also faced a lot of opposition like Rajya Sultana, but important chiefs and subordinates, they could not sustain, they could not agree the woman ruler ruling them, even though the rulers or subordinates who fought against Rudramadevi were subdued all successfully by Rudramadevi. Rudramadevi and her grandson Prataparudra followed some steps to subdue rebellions, even though 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁 revolted strongly against these rulers. In the war at Chandupatla, Nalgonda district, Rudramadevi breathed her last. That means she died along with army chief Mallikarjuna Naidu. This is the inscription which shows about Rudramadevi's death. Let's watch a video of death inscription of Rani Rudramadevi at Chandupatla. Students, can you observe this lady? Who is she? Yeah, she was riding on the horse. She was as powerful as men rulers. She is as bright as the sun. This was the statue laid near Chandupatla, near Nakarakal. Who is she? Yes, Rani Rudramadevi. This is exactly the inscription which was there at Chandupatla. This was excavated and rebuilt. Some stones with the carvings you can see. On this stone you can see as though Rudramadevi riding on the horse, which was rebuilt by Telangana government, according to which Rudramadevi died in the year 1289. Before that they thought she died in 1296. This is the inscription, shows about some of the beautiful sculptures. So this inscription shows 4 sides, inscriptions are there, carvings are there. This is the main part of this inscription where her death is written on this. You could find the information about the death, according to which Rudramadevi died in the war field or getting ready for the war as a brave lady, brave ruler. Probably this inscription pillar was found near this small temple which was dedicated to Lord Shiva, and the forms of Lord Shiva was installed here, and the people make some celebrations during Shiva festivals. Along the road you can find a small shrine was dedicated to Lord Shiva near the inscription of Rudramadevi's death. Have you enjoyed, children? Yes. A question based on what we have seen so far. A question based on what we have learned so far. Describe Rudramadevi's qualities according to Marco Polo. Let us see some of the key words. Kavitrayam is nothing but 3 poets who wrote about Srimad Andhra Mahabharatam. Inscriptions writing on the stones about kings, queens, their success, wars and their failures. Regional consciousness, nothing but Telugu region. Rattadi, the village headman during the time of Rashtrakutas and Chalukyas of Karnataka. Vadas, the professional people like artisans who lived in different Vadas in Warangal fort. Samantas or subordinate kings they are called. Recapitulation. Before winding up of our session, let us see some of the main points. We could find sources of information of Kakatiyas from inscriptions and books. Origin of Kakatiya dynasty, that once there were warriors and subordinates to Rashtrakutas and Chalukyas of Karnataka. Important Kakatiya rulers, as you have seen, Rudra Deva and Rudramadevi. Orugallu fort, in that we will find Swayambu Shiva temple, the greatness of Rudramadevi as you have seen. Well students, we have come to the end of this session. So far we learned about how Kakatiyas came into regional kings, gave importance to Telugu, and how they emerged as powerful kings. We learned about some of the important kings like Rudra Deva and Rani Rudramadevi. We have learned about the death inscription of Rani Rudramadevi. In the next session, we shall learn about the administration of Kakatiyas, especially Nayankara system, and they gave importance to, or they encouraged agriculture by providing irrigation facilities. In the finally we shall learn how these Kakatiyas came to an end by the invasions or war with Delhi Sultans. All the very best. Thank you.